So all of that footage that I played at the beginning of this video was captured on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Most of that footage was captured in auto. There was no color grading or correcting, basically just straight off the memory card. Now, I am not a professional drone pilot or photographer by any means, but the Mini 3 makes it quite easy to capture stunning content. Even if you are a beginner pilot and have never flown a drone, just due to the quality of the camera, the flight characteristics of the Mini 3 Pro, and the tools that DJI have built into the Fly app, all the intelligent flight features, anybody, no matter what your skill level, can get up and capture some pretty incredible content. Now, right now, DJI actually has a pretty amazing drone lineup. We have the Air 2S, Mavic 3, and of course the Mavic 3 Classic was just launched. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think the Mini 3 Pro is one of DJI's more important releases in the last couple of years. Now, the reason I say this is because in the past, if you wanted a sub 250 gram drone, or you needed to fly a sub 250 gram drone, you had to sacrifice quality and features. But that's no longer the case. DJI has done something actually pretty incredible with the Mini 3. They've managed to keep this drone under 250 grams, but gave us all the intelligent flight features such as master shots, point of interest, tracking. On top of that, we get all the safety features, obstacle avoidance. But most importantly, they gave us a really good camera. Although it's not a 1-inch sensor, it is actually getting pretty close, and it has an aperture of 1.7. And as you could see in the footage at the beginning of this video, it can do a really good job at capturing in many different complex lighting environments. Now, here in Canada, these sub 250 gram drones can be fairly important just because they're not as heavily regulated. We can do a lot more with these than we can with larger drones. The government basically looks at these as a toy, and we have a rule basically don't do anything stupid. These mini drones allow us to fly beyond visual line of sight, and we can fly higher than 400 feet. Now, with that said, I'm not saying you should do that, but according to Transport Canada, they're not as regulated. So as long as you're flying it in a safe manner, there's no issue. But on top of that, even if you are a person who isn't so much worried about whether it's 250 grams, perhaps you just want a small, compact, ultralight drone for travel, hiking, adventuring. Something like the Mini 3 is absolutely perfect. It's lightweight and compact. The batteries are lightweight and small as well. And the other nice thing that DJI did this year, if you're a person who is not too worried about whether it's 250 grams exactly, they offer a plus battery that greatly extends the flight time all the way up to 47 minutes. So that is a great option for many people if you prefer flight time over weight. Alongside the Mini 3, DJI launched their new smart style controller, the DJI RC, and for many people this is a great option. This has become very popular just due to its low cost. At $309, you no longer have to remortgage a house if you want to buy a smart controller. The screen brightness on it is rated at 700 nits, so it's not as bright as something like the RC Pro, but 700 nits is decent and it is usable in most scenarios. And over the last few months, it's been made compatible with the Mavic 3 series and most recently with the Air 2S. So if you do fly multiple drones, it is actually a pretty good value. Now, another interesting feature we got this year with the Mini 3 Pro is the ability to capture vertical video. Now, vertical video is not for everybody. For some people, it's a hard no. But for many people, especially if you are growing social media channels, vertical video can be very important. We're seeing that becoming more and more popular with apps like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and now with YouTube Shorts. In the past, in order to get that vertical video, you would have to crop your traditional 16:9, but doing it that way, you're not making full use of all the resolution. On top of that, sometimes things aren't framed correctly the way you're flying, but using vertical video, you can line up your shot easily, and it's already in a nice shareable format, so you can just share it right to social media if you're just capturing little clips. When the Mini 3 was first released, it was very limited to what kind of intelligent flight features you could use when filming in vertical video. But over the last couple months with firmware updates, they've made that vertical video a little bit more powerful. You're able to use all the intelligent flight features such as point of interest, master shots, tracking, and of course spotlight. The only time I will film in vertical is if I am capturing specifically for social media. Most of the time I like to film at a 16:9, but really it's just a nice feature to have built in there for when you do need it. And the way DJI has implemented it, it works very well. Now, I've already touched base a little bit on it, but I think of all the improvements that we did get with the Mini 3 compared to the Mini 2 is the new camera. After all, we buy these drones to capture video content, so having a good camera is very important. And as mentioned, although it is not a 1-inch sensor, it is capable of capturing 10-bit color, and due to its 1.7 aperture, it actually does a pretty good job in low light scenarios. And not necessarily just for capturing at night, but even in situations like twilight, sunset, and sunrises, you're going to get some great shots that look really good. This is also the first mini drone that DJI released that offers the desyn-like color profile, so if you're a person who likes to do your own grading, you are able to do so on the Mini 3. The other pretty incredible thing about the Mini 3 is that it can handle wind quite good. It has a level 5 wind rating, but usually these mini drones, just due to their light weight, once you get up in the air on a fairly windy day, they do get blown around and they can struggle. And we've seen that quite a bit with some other mini drones on the market, but the Mini 3 can actually perform quite well. Although you will slow down quite a bit when you're flying in sport mode or regular mode, you may not be able to reach your top speed, but they can handle some pretty windy days and the footage still looks nice and stable. I have flown my Mini 3 on some pretty windy days and I've always been very impressed on how it flies. So that is definitely one benefit of the Mini 3 compared to some other mini drones available on the market. Now I don't want this video to drag on too long, so we're going to wrap things up here. All in all, the Mini 3 has just been an incredible release, and it seems to be getting better every month. DJI has been adding a lot of firmware updates to increase its capabilities, and I think they're just getting started. I think we're going to see a lot more done with this drone over the coming months. So yeah, that is basically my 6-month review, my user experience of the DJI Mini 3 over the last 6 months. It's been a great drone to fly. In fact, it's probably been one of the drones that I've flown most this summer. I really enjoy my Mavic 3, but the Mini 3 is just so easy and convenient to take along when we're out. I tend to reach for it most of the time. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.